Hey guys, and welcome back to the Panic Brothers podcast host Space. I am Simon Zerilla, accompanied by my fellow beautiful, amazing best friend and co-host Josue and
You're quite beautiful too, man. You're beautiful.
Thank you,
as
bro.
well.
I put on this nice toner this morning, and I really feel like my skin's glowing. Thank you for that comment. Your face is this like the beginning of the Zoom call tells me everything.
It's just that it's hard to be enthusiastic about talking about an arc of a series that just isn't going to go anywhere. It is what it is.
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 Today we're continuing where we left off last time with Hunter x Hunter. Josue binged the whole thing and we talked about it, but he went the next step, a step I never took, which is reading the manga. And you know, it kind of gets ridiculous in the manga because they go to a dark continent and then a bunch of shit happens at what?
They never go to the dark continent.
Well, the arc is dark continent, I should say. They don't go.
No, it's not.
It's called Dark Continent arc.
It's called the Dark Continent Expedition arc, followed by the Succession arc.
How is that huge of a difference?
Right?
I don't know, man. The Viz translation says Dark Continent.
Who read the manga? Who read it, bro? You or me?
I'm just saying. I'm going off Viz translation here. Regardless, whatever you want to call it, that is the arc that comes after. It's an arc I never got into. I stopped Hunter x Hunter right at the anime and never picked up the manga. Josue is talking to me constantly about how different the manga is and how ridiculous the story has gotten. So now that he's kind of essentially caught up with the whole freaking series, he wanted to sit down and talk about the Dark Continent Expedition arc and his thoughts on it as I just sit down and listen to him rant. So
yeah, okay. So let's just do this. This is my thoughts. This is my opinion. I have 10 pages of notes right here of the Dark Continent Expedition, the Dark Continent Expedition arc, and the Succession Contest arc. Okay. These are two arcs that were not adapted to the anime. The anime decided to end right when Gon met Ging.
And I'm fine with that completely.
Jing. I always forget how to pronounce the right pronunciation of his name. Ging?
I think it's Jin.
Jin. You
I
know what?
I think it is.
It's Jin. And if I'm wrong, please comment below saying that I'm wrong. Please. I don't know. Ooh, okay, so one of the biggest changes in the Dark Continent Expedition arc, there is barely any Gon and little to zero, almost practically zero.
Well, you told me Gon's from the story entirely. Like, he's just studying now.
Yeah, so they quickly touch on Gon. Gon went back home and his aunt, it was his aunt. It's his aunt.
His aunt.
His aunt is pretty much, telling him, listen, dude, like, we were giving you a lot of leeway, but now it's time for you to go do your studies. And Gon is like, man.
That's probably the most socially responsible thing an anime has ever done. Where it's
100%.
like, oh, you're a child, you should probably be in school.
100%. But also, the reason why is that Gon no longer has Nen. He's no longer relevant to Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
He just has to go back home and do his thing. He does say, though, he does admit that he wishes he would go with his dad to the Dark Continent. Like,
I mean, yeah, he probably wishes he'd do anything but study.
Oh, 100%. He says, yo, if I had none, I wouldn't be here. I'm sorry. I really
would not be inside right now.
I wouldn't be here, man. Don't play with me. Like, I hate this. I hate being home. So I started off my notes by saying this is easily my least favorite arc in the entire series.
Okay.
Both arcs, really.
Wow,
but at least
that's big.
The Succession War arc has better moments for me. Our Dark Continent Expedition arc is pure setup with little to, if any, hype behind it. So, Netero, you know Netero, right? The homie, the man.
The homie.
The homie, man. He leaves behind a tape saying, essentially, all travel to the Dark Continent is banned under his rule. But now that he's dead, don't be shocked. He says this. Once I'm dead, don't be shocked if my son tries to lead an expedition to the Dark Continent. Okay. And everyone's like, what? He has a son? Terrible exposition.
So the son just really comes out of nowhere. There's no...
He comes out of nowhere. His name is Beyond. I hate that name.
Beyond?
Also. His name is Beyond. Yeah.
Okay.
Kakin Empire. They are inviting everyone on this illegal expedition. Jing deadbeat father has also defected from the Zodiacs, and he is doing his best to team up with Parison. He wants to get with Parison, team up with him, so that way, because that's like his golden ticket to get on the ship.
Yeah, because that's what he wants. Also, he wants to see the continent.
This is what I really don't like. They don't ever explain this, but he has a book on him, and the author of the book is a guy named Don Freaks. And as you know, Gon's last name is Freaks. His last name is Freaks. So you're like, oh, that's probably like his dad or something. No, they never mentioned it.
He doesn't even mention who Don is?
No, they don't. It just says Don Freaks went on an expedition to the Dark Continent.
They don't even mention the next arc? Like, nothing? He's never come up again? I hate this.
So Parison in the end finally agrees for him to get on.
Okay.
But what was cool was that you don't ever see Jing's ability in the anime or in any arc before this. You have zero idea
what he can do.
It is. Yeah, so Parison tries to like low-key do something to trick him into showing off his ability, and he does show one ability.
What was it?
But that's it. They were in a cave, right? Him and Parison. I'm not gonna get too deep in it. Just follow along.
Okay.
They're in a cave together, and like Jing hears something. He peeps that somebody is also in the cave, so he copies Leorio's ability. And you remember Leorio's ability? He was able to like put his hand through some teleportation thing and punch Jing.
He copied that?
He copies that. He copied it, and so Parison is like, oh, so you can copy, that's your ability. You can copy other people. And Jing is like, no, it's not.
He's like,
it's a side ability.
Anyway.
Yeah. He was just like, Parison, trust me, you haven't seen anything. You haven't seen nothing, homie. This is nothing. I know you were trying to do. I knew you were trying to see my ability. That's like a side project. That's it.
That's what I've been working on.
Yeah, but that's honestly how he came across. Like, he was like, this is honestly not my main ability, bro. Like, you're bugging. Messiah Storm is that Zodiac with the cow pattern. Remember
I know
that?
you're talking about.
So he approaches Kurapika. He's like, yo, join the Zodiac, please. We'd love to have you on. And Kurapika's like, nope, not interested. I have a goal. I have other things.
Yeah.
You know, I got things. Like, I'm busy.
I'm moving.
So Messiah Storm is like, yo, listen, one of the children, the princes of the Kakin Empire, who's gonna be on this expedition to the Dark Continent, is the last person you're looking for who has the Scarlet Eyes.
So that immediately dinged him like, I bet.
Immediately, he's like,
so tomorrow?
Right, I'm a Zodiac,
Did you say
what's
tomorrow?
up?
I'll
Yeah.
be there. I'll be there.
I'm on this. I'm going. Because he actually had no idea who the last person was. He was trying to find out. And he's like, I know who the last guy is. And he actually did the research for him. And as soon as he found out, he was like, yeah, Kurapika's getting
Where are we going?
on.
Dark
So
Continent? Lake Continent? Doesn't matter. Let's go.
Exactly. Kurapika joins the second. He's like, yep, I'm in. This arc
You sound so disappointed already.
What I'm disappointed in is that there's a really good story here.
Okay.
There's a good story here. Do you know anything about this at all?
All I knew was there was a Dark Continent arc, and then afterwards, nothing. I knew nothing after.
So, like I said, they never once make it to
Yeah,
Dark
I know.
Continent.
I'm
At
just
least-
saying, like, I knew there was a arc based on Dark
Yeah.
Continent, and then anything after
Right.
that, no idea.
So that's what I thought too. I thought that before I started the manga, I'm like, oh, the next arc is gonna be them in the Dark Continent.
Yeah.
Then I'm reading it. I'm like,
Nope.
Oh, they never make it.
They never made it.
But it is what I like the idea here. I like it. It's just the execution is,
Trash.
in my opinion, terrible. Terrible.
Well, what's the whole premise?
Okay, so the king of the Kakin Empire. Why am I bugging on his name? Oh, Nasubi. There we go. Jesus.
Okay.
How come I didn't write that in my notes? I just kept saying the king.
That's it.
So Nasubi. So essentially, if you are of Kakin royalty, there's a in process to become king, and the only way to become king is through the succession contest. The succession contest is sort of a battle royale.
Yeah, 14 princes, right?
There's 14 princes, but essentially every king, all of his children have to battle it out. And
All
to
of them.
become
There's no
king.
exception?
No exception.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Even if you're a baby, and then that's important. but even if you're a baby, you are eligible for the succession
What the
contest.
fuck, dude?
Yeah, so
And
that's
it's a
why
battle
I'm
to the
like,
death.
battle to the death. Whoever is left standing is now king of Kagen, and that's why I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, especially because the king decides to make the voyage to the Dark Continent the succession contest. He's like, hey, listen, we might as well make this trip a means to find out who's gonna be the next king, because I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
Like he just wants to be able to say that his last major accomplishment as king was getting to the Dark Continent, but he has zero plans to making it like figuring things out as soon as he gets to the Dark Continent.
Yeah.
Because then that's the next king. That's the
He
next
just
king's
wants
job.
to say he made it, but then the next king can worry about
That's
the rest.
next king's job.
Yeah,
Yep.
gotcha. That makes sense.
So then you have 14 princes battling it out, and at least trying to, because there's never actually any battles.
What? So it doesn't happen?
You would think that, oh shoot, this sounds dope. Majority of this is strictly political conversation. Majority of it.
What?
And that's why I'm really mad about it, because the idea is there, but the execution is so bad.
Wait,
And hey,
so
maybe eventually it's gonna get crazy. Maybe eventually they're gonna actually show the battles between these.
but what's
princes.
the point of all the political build-up? Like, what's the sauce? What's the tea on it? Like, what's going on?
You have 14 characters that they're all trying to give some spotlight to. That they keep going.
Oh,
back
they're
and
all
forth,
trying to
back and
make them more
yeah,
like.
and that's why. And the thing is, some of them are on very different levels. Some of them are like the first son, the oldest child, the oldest prince. He's very aware of things, and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Okay.
Right. But then there are other characters who are so out of the loop. There are characters
That
who
doesn't make
don't know
sense to give them
anything-
more than like the same time that you're giving to the first one.
Yeah. Some of them don't know anything about Nen. Some of them don't know anything even about the succession contest.
So like,
this is a
is it like a baby situation where it's like they're so young they don't even really?
No, some of them. There's one of the older one doesn't even know that this is a thing, right? And they're on very different levels, and that's why it's annoying, because these are all new characters that you're trying to give these spotlights to, but it's very quick spotlights every other chapter, and you get so lost in the so lost in the loop of things, because every prince has like his own set of bodyguards. Every prince has his own little mini set of characters that, trust me, you get lost. You're like,
It sounds like
who
One
this-
Piece level of like Pirate Cruise, where it's like there's a lot of characters.
It's a ton of characters that have extreme heavy dialogue exposition.
Yeah, I remember that page you sent me where it was just nothing but just the words.
There's multiple pages in this manga that is just strictly dialogue, and trust me, I would breeze through it because I'm just like, I'm bored of this. This is not fun. Oh god, this is when we finally take a break, bro. We take a break to finally go to the Heavens Arena and look at
This
the
the fight you were talking about.
Yeah, this is the Croto versus Hisoka fight.
Where does this fight fall in the timeline right now? Like, why is this fight brought up?
Wait, hold up. So, Croto at this point is now a floor master. If you remember correctly, a
I
floor
remember
master
those
is like the top dudes. And now obviously it's Croto. Croto got his powers back, and I've already told you this before. I had this conversation with you. This fight is actually really dope. The only
It's
thing
insane to me though. Like when you're describing it to me, the fact that he uses people, like
yeah. So Croto never fights Hisoka ever.
yeah.
Like, he never punches him or anything.
Yeah.
He is able to just manipulate his entire environment to his will.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah, and that's it becomes like really like World War Z, where you see all those zombies just like...
Just coming at him.
It's exactly that. And Hisoka can't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
He tries to... He literally bites more than he can chew. The only bad thing about this fight was that Hisoka keeps talking. And but this is an anime trope.
It's interrupting the action.
But it's an anime. It's every anime where in
Yeah.
the middle of the fight, the guy has to go, oh, so he's using his sword technique to level up, and then figure out a way to get around me through the wall, and then they always do that. You know
No,
what
yeah.
I mean? So
I
like,
understand that, yeah.
I'm reading it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. This is an every anime thing.
Didn't you say Hisoka had to revive himself? Was that actually a good
Yeah.
idea? Like, was
So-
that actually done well?
So Croto, every single person that he manipulates, he's able to turn them to like a living bomb. And when he gets all of them together and he lunges at Hisoka with them, it's literally the biggest
done.
explosion ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it literally destroys the heavens arena. At least that floor, like it's destroyed.
Remember the announcers who talk over the fights?
Yeah, they were there, and
Are they just hyped during the whole time?
hyping it up the entire time. They didn't even care that people were
I can
dying.
totally see that from 100%. Like, oh my god, he's
Yeah.
blowing shit up.
No, and that's the thing is they're like saying like, oh my god, audiences are dying. There's people dying. Oh my god, the audience are getting into the crowd because it's very illegal. Like this entire thing is so like without any laws. There's no laws. So when they
But they're like, oh my god, they're volunteering. Like,
they got dumb hype. They're like, let's go. We finally get to, and I skipped a lot by the way.
I
But
know
there's
there's
no
definitely a
that-
lot. Knowing Hunter x Hunter, there's definitely a lot more going on.
There's a lot that happened that I truly don't think is gonna matter. Maybe it will matter when he finally writes again, but I don't doubt it. I doubt it. Like, I think a lot of the things that he wrote is essentially just a bunch of exposition, and that's why I think if the manga ever does catch up to this, it could be fire. Because
You mean the anime?
if you really like just like if the anime is able to just boil it down like real quick and just like cut out the meat, like the stuff that doesn't matter.
It
We
could be
could
really
have
good.
something pretty. Yeah, it could be really cool. It could be a really cool arc, but the manga just isn't doing it for me. But we get to my favorite part of.
Oh, I thought your
the
favorite part already
manga.
happened. Damn, there's more. I bet.
This is my favorite because this was the art. This is the moment that I texted you, and I was
And you're like, they got me again.
no, I was like, damn it, Takashi, just let's go.
You can't keep doing this.
This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. And after this is not much else. So
Okay.
we're near the end. We go back to Melody.
Uh-huh.
Melody is protecting a prince who is a twin.
Okay.
This twin, Fugetsu is a black-haired woman. Her twin is a blonde-haired woman. Essentially, they only care about each other. The twins.
Okay.
Like, they're in it for each other.
Fugetsu and Kacho?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Fugetsu and Kacha. This is the most wild thing.
What?
So, over time, Fugetsu finds out her Nun Beast ability.
Okay.
Her Nun Beast is actually able to sort of create, sort of teleport her. It's like a door just next to her bed, and it just pops up. It was never there before.
Okay.
And she's like, why? How did I get there? But she opens the door, and in the door is like a tiny tunnel that you have to crawl through. So the first time she does it, she doesn't know where she's going, but she goes to the other side of the tunnel, and she actually ends up in her sister's bed.
Okay.
And she's like, Kacho, oh my god. So now she kind of like realizes what her ability is, and she's like, hold up, I know what to do. We can figure out how to get out of here. So she plans with Melody an escape route along with one of her bodyguards.
Okay.
This is, again, like I said, my favorite because I'm not expecting the result of this. Melody, with her ability, uses it to essentially give Kacho, Fugetsu, and that bodyguard out of here. But the bodyguard is really just there to like sort of like figure out the works with getting them out.
Okay.
They get on an escape boat. And they sort of go through like a little canal. I can't really explain it to
canal?
you. Yeah, I don't know, but they sort of like they're trying to get out of the ship. I can't explain it well. The bodyguard reveals that this is it for him. Like he can't go back to his job because once they find out what he did,
They're gonna kill him, yeah.
they're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
So he reveals, he's like, listen, you two were my only family left, and now that you guys are gonna be gone, I have no reason to live anymore. My wife is gone. So he
kills himself?
He pulls out his gun and kills himself.
Oh!
And I'm like, And
What the fuck, dude?
So we cut to Fugetsu and Kacho trying to get out of the ship. They get welcomed with, I can't explain to you, but it's sort of like a bunch of hands, essentially like Nen hands. There's essentially a countermeasure. There's a countermeasure to princes trying to leave the ship.
Okay.
Essentially,
It's a bunch of hands that stop them.
That's trying to stop them. And essentially, what I'm trying to say is, princes can't leave the ship.
But they don't explain how that works. They just got stopped.
They get stopped, and it's sort of like consuming them.
Oh, okay.
It's consuming them to the point that like they're gonna die by those hands. So Fugetsu, using her ability, opens a door. She goes through it, and she's like, "Kacho, come on!" And like they give you like a little heart attack because you're like, "Yo, did Kacho make it?" But like Fugetsu's in that tunnel, like, Kacho, because
she's not in there.
Kacho didn't go through the tunnel.
Yeah,
yet. She didn't open the door.
Yeah.
So they're like, Fugetsu's like, "Oh my god, Kacho died.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god." But then a couple panels later, Kacho opens the door. It's like that anime suspense. They're like, "I made it, don't worry." And they're like,
God damn it.
wow. Yeah, so Fugetsu and Kacho go through the other side of the tunnel, and they end up in, like, I think Fugetsu's bed together.
Okay.
And they're just like lying down, and they're like, "Oh my god, well, we can't. That's it. Like, we can't
leave. Yeah.
They have to go through this."
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, and the thing is, I like this entire part. It's pretty cool. This was what finally got me.
What?
They reveal what Kacho's Nun ability beast is. Nun Beast ability is.
What?
Her Nun Beast ability is to transform into either Kacho or Fugetsu in case either of them die.
Wait, what? Wait, which one's ability was this one? Was this Fugetsu? Or which
Fugetsu's Nun Beast ability is to teleport through the door.
Yeah, okay, that was that one, yeah.
And then they reveal while they're in bed together, like, you know, like Fugetsu happy that she's with her sister. They reveal, like, in a text box in the corner, Kacho's Nun Beast ability is that she's able to transform into Fugetsu or Kacho, depending on who dies first.
That is so fucking sad.
So that way, the other sister won't be alone.
That is the saddest fucking...
And that's why...
And it's in a text box. They didn't say it. They're like, real quick, she's dead.
So Gashi's just like, yo, I'm gonna, like, you want me to fuck with you guys real quick?
It's like freeze frame. You think they're safe, right?
That's the thing. That's why they took a while for Kacho to be shown.
Yeah.
And I'm here like, and the thing is, like, I saw that and I'm like, oh, they were just doing like an anime manga thing where like made you think she died, but then she's okay. And I'm like, oh, that's dope.
Nah, she's dead.
They're good together. No, she died. That's the Nun Beast now. And that got me, bro. Because I literally sat there like.
It took you a minute. You're sitting there like, did I read that right?
Literally call you when I'm 90 and be like, "Hey yo, Hunter x Hunter finally finished.
Kurapika finally did it."
And you're just gonna tell me what happened. And I'm gonna be like, and I die.
All right, guys. So those are Josue's thoughts on Hunter x Hunter's latest arcs and the chapters he's been reading lately. He's caught up all the way to the manga, and it sounds, in my opinion, like a disappointment of the payoff is not really there yet. It just feels like it's just not, you're almost there. You're maybe next chapter. Nope.
Yeah. The payoff isn't there yet, but you can see how fire it is going to be.
Yeah, you can see where it's trying to go, and I appreciate that. But me personally, I can't get into it unless I know the payoff is worth it. So I have other shit to read and watch. So, but thank you guys for listening to the Fangirls podcast or watch this on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like, kiss me, hug me, subscribe, whatever you can do to the platform you're watching, listening to this on.
This was such a long episode.
Yeah. I'm very tired, so I'm gonna sign off. I'll see you guys later. Please stay inside. Take care. Goodbye.